Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, and some of you may have seen the video last week where I said there was some family stuff that I wasn't ready to talk about yet. Well, I kind of have to talk about it now because it may affect me for the next little bit. When I got back from PAX last week, I discovered that while I was gone, my husband found out from my mother that my stepfather was being moved to hospice care. He's had Alzheimer's for 3 years now, diagnosis, but it turns out he got cancer on top of that. They were originally saying it was going to be weeks, so I'm like, okay, no real, close. But then we got a call today. I was at the dentist, of all things. We got a call today that he declined rapidly overnight, and we went to visit him in the hospice. And I mean, it's only a matter of time now. By the time this posts tomorrow, he may already be gone. So there won't be a funeral because my stepfather's essentially atheist. He's somewhere between atheist and agnostic. So he doesn't like any good person raised in the Church of England. That was a joke. So there isn't going to be a funeral. There's going to be a celebration of life at some point, but obviously that's not the same heaviness as a funeral. So as you can tell, I'm not super torn up about it. Some people may think that's strange, but one of the things about a disease like Alzheimer's is that anything that minimizes that decline is actually a blessing. I mean, my stepfather was, I don't know, one of the smartest people, hands down, I ever met. Both educationally, he was a biochemist, but also just in terms of arts and reading and learning. So when somebody like that gets hit by something that takes your brain, it was a tough thing for him. He was clearly very scared, didn't talk about it, as was his way. So, for something to, shorten that, I can't be terribly upset about that. It's selfish to want to keep a person around when their worst nightmare is happening. So, all of this has really made me appreciate the good people around, the people who have been understanding, and, they don't need some big dramatic, oh my God, I'm going through this, to be decent human beings. There have been too many people lately who, while I've been dealing with this quietly, have been behaving as people tend to, who aren't accountable. And so that's what the rest of this video is gonna be about. It's really struck me of late that people lack certain skills, just certain social skills that are learned. Like, a lot of people think coping skills and social skills are just learned, and they just in you, they're innate. You either have them or you don't. And that's not true. The first time I had to deal with death when I was 6, when my friend died in on Air India flight 182, I didn't know how to deal with it. And, that's something that you get more and more better about. And it depends who it is, and it depends on the circumstances. Oddly, I feel worse for the family of a former escapist writer. We may have exchanged 2 emails. A guy by the name of Ron Whitaker. He passed away at 44 from leukemia recently as well. So, at 44 in the U.S., where there's a huge number of medical bills, and with children and all that stuff, like young, like not young children, but, not on their own, like they're not autonomous adults yet. That maybe I'm just overwhelmed, but it's one of those things where when things like these are going on, at least I appreciate the good people and appreciate the people who try, and kind of I have no time for people who behave like children. And then I realize, like, maybe they're not behaving like children. Maybe they just actually don't have the skills. And so I'm gonna talk about that maybe tomorrow, though, because I've gone on long enough on this one. Maybe I'll pre-record that for tomorrow in case something like hits me. Though I am still planning to do Twitch tonight. It'll probably be a good distraction. Not so much distraction, but just sort of get back into the swing of things. Don't dwell on stuff you can't do anything about, right? And I am going to be doing a contest. I'll be giving away a game code, not because I got one free or anything like that, just because I like the creators and I like you guys, and I feel like doing something cool. So that'll be tonight. I think I'm not sure yet. It'll be a classic. It'll either be Riven or some old adventure game. But yeah, probably Riven, because Myst went well. People kind of enjoyed Myst. And for those, a couple people yesterday commented that Twitch isn't accessible for the blind. Just so people know, I do a lot of games that are heavy story driven, and we do have a couple of visually impaired people who are regulars. And so when there's a lot of text in a game, I end up reading it. I end up reading it for people who can't see or don't see well. There are a couple people already there. Chat, I know some people, they use text to voice things. Otherwise, yeah, Twitch isn't super accessible that way, though the site would have to be ADA compliant, wouldn't it? Anyway, I just want to let people know that with the games, I do read anything on the screen that isn't voiced, and that is in text, that you have to see to enjoy. So unless you were concerned about, if you were concerned about that, you don't have to be concerned about that. And I've been playing a lot more like older games or like indie games, because people seem to like those. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Not gonna plug the Patreon, not gonna plug anything today. Yeah, that's just, I'm bailing out of this video for obvious reasons, but I just wanted to let everybody know what's going on. Again, for obvious reasons. So, thanks for watching.